The story begins with a businessman named Charlie, who was quite happy with his partner Mina because they had made considerable profit in their business. Now, Charlie and Mina had decided to take vacations with their respective families at a very nice location. Charlie immediately booked a large apartment on the seaside where they could enjoy their holidays. Charlie had a younger brother named Ben, and Mina was Ben's wife. All the vacation plans had been made. Now, Charlie returned home where his beautiful wife Kitty was waiting for him. Charlie loved Kitty very much, and their life together was very simple. Charlie, who was a successful businessman, contrasted sharply with his younger brother Ben, who was quite carefree and worked as a truck driver. Last year, Ben had even been to jail for a murder charge, which always worried Charlie. But for now, the day had come when all four of them would go on vacation together. Charlie picked up Mina and Ben, and everyone was very impressed with the luxurious behavior of the apartment owner. Now, everyone went to their respective rooms. Ben, exploring the entire apartment, came across a small chamber in the basement that was locked with keypads. Ben didn't know the lock code, so he couldn't open it. Ignoring all this, they all started roaming around the edges. Charlie was with Ben's wife Mina, and Ben was with Kitty. Ben was now confiding everything to Charlie's wife Kitty, saying, "Sometimes I feel insecure because my wife Mina is very intelligent and successful, and I'm just a truck driver." Kitty was trying to reassure him that Mina loves him very much and will always be ready to support him. Ben found a lot of confidence from Kitty's words and was quite happy. Now, everyone returned to their apartments after having fun together. Kitty was looking through a telescope placed there, probably by the apartment owner. She mentioned that they had rented the entire apartment, so entering someone's home without permission was strange. Charlie calmed his wife and they started enjoying the telescope. Soon, everyone gathered for dinner, and Kitty informed them that tomorrow they would visit an area by the sea where they could have a lot of fun. Along with this, Kitty brought out a small powder at Charlie's request, which was a very expensive drug. Ben and Mina were thrilled to try it, but Kitty did not approve of these things and refused to join them. So, Kitty went to bed alone while the remaining three enjoyed the drugs in their rooms. Now, we see Kitty sleeping on a bed from which some strange powder fell. Meanwhile, Charlie and Mina were having a great time outside. Charlie then brought out a hot water tube where warm water was available, and they could have fun inside. Ben was getting dizzy, so he went inside the house and fell asleep. Charlie invited Mina's wife to take a. They had no idea because they were under the influence of drugs. Physical things started between them after a while, and when their intoxication wore off, they realized they had made a big mistake. Mina immediately left the bar and went to her room, but Charlie didn't leave her alone. He followed her and they spent the night together. At this moment, it felt like someone unknown was watching them. Now it's morning and Charlie and Mina knew what big mistake they had made last night. They couldn't tell Katie and Ben about it. They were feeling very embarrassed. After this incident, Charlie and Mina promised each other that such a thing would never happen again, but they started to create distance between themselves. On the other hand, Ben and Katie were enjoying their time together in the jungle, but here too they were shown that someone was keeping an eye on them. Meanwhile, Mina, who had gone to take a shower as usual, was very scared when she entered the bathroom. When she looked, she saw a small camera installed in every shower. That meant someone was watching over them. Mina immediately went to Charlie and told him everything, causing both of them to become tense. Charlie and Mina felt that this could be the work of the apartment owner, so they should call the police as soon as possible. Charlie replied that it wouldn't be like that at all because if the police come here, they will also watch our footage from last night, which will let my wife and your husband know the truth about us, so now think too much. After this, Charlie and Mina decide to keep this whole scene completely satisfied. They didn't want to increase this matter further, so that all the things that happened last night could come in front of everyone. Now Katie was feeling a little jealous here. Because Charlie wasn't spending enough time with her, she takes out a small powder again and asks everyone to take drugs again. This time even Katie had taken the drug, but suddenly Ben notices that their dog is missing. Finally, no one had any idea where our dog had gone. Then Katie informed that she had called the apartment owner here because our hot water was not working. Charlie and Mina were very scared after hearing the owner's name because maybe he is the one who installed the camera inside the shower. Even Ben was feeling that maybe the owner took my dog. Within a short time, the apartment owner arrives, but when Ben asked him where my dog is, he was saying that I have no idea about it directly. Had gone to fix the tap to do. Charlie and Mina go to talk to the owner stealthily. They only had to find out why the owner installed the camera there and what to do to delete the footage from the camera. Charlie goes from there for now, but Mina was constantly keeping an eye on the apartment owner. Somewhere there was a doubt that maybe all these things are behind it. Now Mina decided that she would tell the owner about the camera, so she brought him to the bathroom and told him about the small camera installed in the shower. But the owner didn't know anything about all these things. He says that I am just now finding out about all these things. The owner was very angry about this and tried to call the police, but then Mina stopped him and said not to call the police because if this happens then the footage of their last night will also be revealed. The owner tries to snatch his mobile, but Mina was not leaving, then suddenly Ben's eyes are on them from outside. Ben thought that the owner was trying to misbehave with Mina, so Ben gets very angry and starts beating the owner a lot, which makes him unconscious. Mina was stopping Ben and bringing him out. Charlie, Mina, and Ben couldn't understand what was happening here. But the real truth was known only to Mina and Charlie now. Katie, who had been missing for so long, suddenly appeared before them, beginning to understand the entire scenario of what was happening here. Just then, from a distance, an unknown man is shown who seems to be accessing all the CCTV cameras there, and perhaps it is he who installed the camera inside the shower. Now that same unknown man slowly enters the apartment and puts his hand on the unconscious owner's mouth and kills him. After a short discussion, Katie had now come inside the house where she checks the owner, but she is shocked to find out that the owner is dead. All four people were very tense, especially Ben, who felt that he had committed a very big murder. He was not understanding what to do next, but here Charlie decided that he would convert this entire scenario into a suicide because he could not see his brother go to jail like this. Along with that, he promised Mina that we would find the footage and delete it from there. But Katie did not understand all these things at all and was saying that I cannot roam around with the accusation of this murder on me all my life, so we will have to call the police as soon as possible. Charlie explains to his wife that this cannot happen, so now Charlie does not include Katie in his plan and goes with the rest of the people to throw the dead body of the owner. Charlie, Mina, and Ben had come to the shore of the sea to throw the dead body of the owner, but they had thrown the dead body of the owner. However, instead of falling into the water, the dead body was stuck in a corner of a stone. Although they tried to drop it with a stone, it was of no use, so now finally Bane had to go down. The dead body is thrown into the water by doing it somehow. However, when she went to the bathroom, there was no shower on. But when she entered a bedroom, a video was playing there, which wasn't of anyone else but of Charlie and Mina from that same night. Seeing this, Katie became very angry and, taking her car, started to leave from there. On the way, Charlie tried very hard to stop Katie, and finally, he approached her and started asking Katie what exactly happened. Katie told everything. I saw your and Mina's videos and now I can't stay with you at all. Despite Charlie's repeated refusals, Katie didn't listen to him and took her car into the jungle. Meanwhile, Charlie and Mina had come back to the apartment and started looking for all those video footages because Bane still doesn't know about it, so it was necessary to delete them. Meanwhile, inside the jungle, Katie, who was driving alone, suddenly the car broke down when Katie got out and looked around, so there were big nets laid out. Katie didn't feel right, so she directly sent a message to Charlie. But then we were shown that someone had attacked the side of the car window and the scene would blank out. Charlie had received his wife's message, so he was tracking the car directly and had gone into the jungle. But after reaching the car, it was found that the side window was broken, and Katie wasn't even there. After searching for a while, suddenly, Charlie's phone rang. He felt that it was Katie who had caught the phone in his hand. As soon as he went near it, suddenly there was something strange on his foot. When he looked down, there was Katie's dead body lying there, on which someone had attacked in a very bad way. In the next moment, a man wearing a mask emerges from the darkness and knocks out Charlie. Ben and Mina are still present in the apartment. They head straight towards the basement door where a lock was placed. Ben manages to successfully open the door and goes inside to check. It appears there were several mechanical items present which are used for repairing the apartment. Suddenly, as they enter the apartment, Ben receives a message from Charlie's phone, informing him about a video involving his and Mina's sister. Ben already had suspicions that Mina might be cheating on him, so he searches the entire house to find Charlie, suspecting him of playing a prank. As he approaches the door, suddenly the masked man appears and hits him with a hammer, knocking him unconscious. Mina also comes downstairs and the masked man starts moving towards her. Scared, Mina starts running upstairs, while Ben, despite being unconscious, manages to grab the masked man, giving Mina time to hide upstairs. Now, as the masked man goes upstairs to the first floor, he sees one of Mina's shoes fallen there, making him think that Mina might have escaped from there. The masked man quickly exits the apartment. However, it was just a move made by Mina. She was hiding on the same floor where the masked man had left. As she started to come out from there, it was startling that perhaps the masked man already knew, and now he came from behind to attack Mina. However, Mina had a small weapon in her hand which she thrust into the masked man's face. Although the masked man was injured, he was recovering. Now, in her attempt to escape, Mina continued to fall down the stairs one after the other, with the masked man following closely behind. Despite this, she managed to save her life and ran into the jungle. Now, she was very tired and stopped behind a tree to rest, but the masked man, who was the killer, was still following her, causing her to fear. Mina continued to run into the jungle, but suddenly her foot slipped and she fell straight down the hill. Mina had died very badly, and now we were shown the masked man, the psycho killer, who removed all the evidence of the dead bodies and murders committed. The killer had installed all the traps in the apartment and had also removed the CCTV camera, so that now he could enter some other apartment where just a new couple had come to know that this man is a psycho and does the work of serial killing, enjoys watching people suffer, so now before taking an apartment or a house on rent 10 times from now, and we should end our story in the same way.